Let's look at the charts, because the charts tell the story to say, listen, this is probably the last chance you're going to get to buy these big layer one before we hit the banana zone. So this is now the start of the banana, and it should continue all into next year and through at least early next year. Now, obviously, we will see corrections en route. Obviously, I'm not always right, but let me show you what's in my head.
Raoul Pal's banana zone thesis has captured significant attention within the cryptocurrency community as one of the most anticipated trends of 2024. In his latest investor update on Real Vision, Pal detailed why he believes the current period represents a crucial opportunity for investors to enter major cryptocurrencies before prices potentially surge to unprecedented levels. He predicts a forthcoming phase in the crypto bull market characterized by sharply rising prices, fueled by improving liquidity conditions and the upcoming U.S. presidential election. Pal suggests this anticipated phase could begin within weeks, though he refrains from specifying an exact start date. He foresees crypto asset prices escalating rapidly and substantially once this phase commences, making it challenging for investors to keep pace with market dynamics. Backing his projections with data, Pal presented 7 different charts illustrating his belief that the overall crypto market cap could quadruple by 2025, potentially reaching $15 trillion from its current $2 trillion valuation. To capitalize on this outlook, Pal has heavily invested 90% of his liquid net worth into Solana, which he views as a frontrunner in the cryptocurrency landscape. Recently, news of VanEck filing for a Solana ETF in the US caused Solana's value to spike by over 10%. Pal sees the potential approval of a Solana ETF as a pivotal catalyst that could further propel Solana's growth trajectory throughout 2024 and into 2025. As Pal continues to analyze and predict the implications of the banana zone for cryptocurrencies like Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, his insights offer a compelling perspective on the evolving crypto market dynamics.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
I know many of you are focused on the crypto market, and my last flash update was when we had that nuke down to about 120 in Solana, and I kind of steadied people and said, listen, I think the low is it. Now, subsequently, it bounced from there, then it came all the way back down, tried to retest that low, and failed, and then started bouncing again. And the point of this video, to say, when everyone's saying, when banana, when is the banana zone? I'm going to show you that I think it's coming, and I think Solana is going to lead it. And as I've urged with you, patience is required. These things don't come instantaneously, but when they come, they can be life-changing. You see, we're at that point in the 4-year cycle, just ahead of the US election, where things get very exciting. And often around the halving period, there is a pause. Often global liquidity has paused, which has happened recently. But on a forward-looking basis, as I'll explain to you in other videos, liquidity is about to surge. Liquidity is about to surge while some other very interesting things are going on. So the Solana chart is textbook perfect wedge pattern. I put this on social media. I've talked about it. It's absolutely perfect. So that was the final retest. We've had 3 tests of the lower trend line, 3 tests of the upper trend line. That is about, for me, these patterns have the highest probability of success of all patterns. Continuation, wedges, triangles, whatever you want to call them. I don't get bogged down the exact methodology, pennants. I just say everything looks like a wedge is a wedge. For me, that's a wedge. When it breaks the top, it accelerates. But now from the bottom part, this gets really interesting. Now, what is also interesting is at Global Macro Investor, we look at the volatility of asset and see when they get to very low vol assets, often they reverse and go to higher volatility. In crypto, generally, low volatility is downtrending markets and high volatility is uptrending market. So every time that Solana has got down to this 50 level in 30-day historic volatility, it's tended to reverse. This is exactly what happened yesterday. And the last 5 times it's done this, from this level, it did 109% in December in 2 months, 32% in 2 months in June, August 57% in 2 months, September 527% in 3 months, February 78% in 3 months. So it's a very powerful signal that I really, really like. Now, the same signal was actually seen on Bitcoin. The good thing about Bitcoin is we've got a longer price history. So every time we've got somewhere close to the 20% volatility, Bitcoin more mature, less volatile, has bounced massively. And again, if you look at the numbers, these bounces have led 83%, 85%, 200%, 100%, 85%, 71%. These are bloody good signals. Now, nothing is fallible, or nothing is infallible, but it puts probability on your side. The other thing that I look for is continued strength from a leader versus others. And this is crucial that you understand this is Solana versus Bitcoin. It has stair-stepped higher and higher and higher. You can see when I bought Solana, when it broke out versus Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'll show you in a sec, back in September, October last year, and then it stair-steps higher. So we're about to explode through the next level. So owning Solana should outperform owning Bitcoin. And here's the same chart versus ETH. Very similar kind of pattern. We expect once we get that kind of 0.055 level in Sol ETH, even with the ETH ETF, we should see Solana outperform. Now, we also had the news today that Van Eck have filed for a Solana ETF. That doesn't mean it's going to get approved. Some of these people have filed for years in advance. They just want to get in, get some feedback from the SEC. But we know people are going to want to go for a Solana NFT. ETH first. By the time you're watching this, within a week, we should have an ETH ETF, which should start bringing new capital flows into crypto land, and it will flow out the risk curve as always. So it goes into ETH, it'll spread into Solana, and then it will spread down the risk curve, and things like WIF or whatever it is will outperform it. That's not a trade rag, but just that's usually how it works. So I think we've got everything in place for Solana and Bitcoin. Solana to outperform ETH and Bitcoin. Also, we're about to see Ethereum break out against Bitcoin. This is an important thing. Something I've been talking about waiting for happen. It's a beautiful chart pattern. It should get to the top of the range, and then maybe it breaks out of the top of the range, and ETH gains further ground against Bitcoin and puts it a new all-time high. That has been my base case for several years now, and I think it's going to be proven out. But let's see. Right now, ETH is not my main bet. My ETH is actually all in Xcopy, Art, and Beeple NFTs. So my actual liquid tokens, Solana, because Solana is going to outperform both ETH and Bitcoin. Now, when Bitcoin starts outperforming ETH and Solana outperforms the others, that's a classic marker of altcoin season start. Here is the prior altcoin season versus this one. It's been almost immaculate in its perfection. Now, don't expect this to play out perfectly, but look what lies ahead. The banana zone. The banana zone is when all sorts of crazy stuff starts happening. Now, it's suggesting here that we can see a 10x in the entire market cap of altcoins X Ethereum. Okay, that's a lot. That's a huge move. Some of these things are going to move massively. And again, remember the thesis, don't fuck this up. You're going to lose your mind. You're going to be buying all the stupid shit your friends are telling you about. Just be careful. Keep the majority in the majors. Keep 80, 90% in the majors. Keep 10% for capturing some stuff here. Most of it you'll fail to make money on. Trust me, I've been there before. Anyway, altcoin season about to kick in. Presidential election years. It's hitting your X feed right now. You can see it's warming up. I'm filming this ahead of the presidential debate. This is the time when Bitcoin seasonally is extremely strong. So these summer months, June, July, August, then we get that kind of chop around that ahead of the election where people don't know what it means and who's going to be taxed and whatever. So people reduce risk a bit. And then after the election, whoever wins, the market continues the banana zone. That's generally the pattern. Again, don't expect it's perfection, but generally it's up and to the right from here onwards with a consolidation correction in the middle, and expect those corrections, that volatility. Expect down 35%, down 25%. They're all normal. Like on X in the last week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, people are losing their minds because the market went sideways. Guys, patient. Have a long-term view. Okay, the banana zone. So we did the Bitcoin halving zone. The boring zone is completing now. And next we go into the full banana zone. You can see the phases of the market. That's what we should be expecting to see. And that's what I'm hoping to see. That's the 2016 Bitcoin halving cycle. It's the most similar to me right now. Again, don't expect the things to play out the same, but I think it more likely plays out more like the 16-17 cycle than it does the 2021 cycle. We'll just have to see. We'll have to look when we go. But the banana zone cometh, and that is your reward. These are the bananas. That curve on the chart, that's the reward you're going to get holding on for your dear fucking life. Patience. Don't get over your ski tips. Don't use leverage. Don't FOMO into dumb shit. Keep the right assets in your portfolio. Don't go too far out the risk curve and just let it all play out. Patience is a virtue. Anyway, I just want to share that with you. Let me stop sharing my screen because I know everyone gets confused. Everyone gets nervous because look, The reality is the banana zone's funny. It's funny because it's shaped like the banana. It's phallic. It's just amusing. Markets go bananas. We all love it. We all act like I get that. But I also understand fully it's everybody's hopes and dreams. So look, I take that very responsibly, and it's scary sticking my neck out this much. But I'm trying to help as many people as possible. I honestly think this space going from 2.5 trillion in crypto to 100 trillion by, let's say, 2032 is going to be the biggest, largest wealth accumulation in history, and I want everybody to come along for the ride. It won't be easy. You will f*** it up at some point, and so will I. But we'll do our best to make it there in one piece and to have made a ton of money, because it is the way to un** your future. I know there's a lot of swearing in these things, but these are effective means of communications. They're means to communicate that this is really important, how to un** your future, and that you need to abide by a set of rules to not get thrown off. Don't f*** this up. Those two things should be immensely powerful for you in your journey. Now, I think Solana outperformed. I think there's going to be other coins that outperform Solana, particularly big layer one. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section what you think is going to beat Solana. There's people on Twitter keep shilling me coin, and I say, well, show me the chart that's outperforming Solana and I'll listen to you. Now, a small meme coin doesn't really count, but I do think WIF has a decent chance of outperforming Solana. Now, I won't put my main money in WIF. Why? Don't fuck this up rules. Says don't do that. But there are going to be opportunities to be had.
Raoul Pal's latest insights into the upcoming banana zone emphasize a critical window for investors to consider major cryptocurrencies before prices potentially skyrocket. Pal asserts that this phase, driven by improving liquidity conditions and the approaching U.S. presidential election, represents a prime opportunity. He predicts that the overall crypto market cap could quadruple by 2025, underlining significant growth potential. Pal's strong confidence in Solana, evidenced by his substantial investment of 90% of his liquid net worth, underscores his belief in its promising future. The recent announcement of VanEck filing for a Solana ETF further underscores growing interest and potential catalysts on the horizon for Solana in the near term. As Pal continues to advocate for seizing opportunities within this evolving market landscape, his insights provide valuable guidance for those navigating the complexities of cryptocurrency investments. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.